Welcome back. With me right now from United Board is their board president, Juanita Skillman, and you folks just had your annual meeting.
We did. And I encourage anybody who didn't get to see it to check it next Wednesday when it'll be on VTV again, or you can always check it on YouTube anytime, because we had a wonderful slide production that our communications department helped us with, of what we think is our biggest accomplishments for the last year. And they included a lot of things like financial, the budgets, the assessments, and our reserves, which are increased because we have so many multi-year projects now. The property values is always a big thing because a lot of times people only hear the negatives. We've sold less units this year, et cetera. But we have to realize that it's not particular to Laguna Woods Village. When we had some charts that showed where we compared it to, say, Aliso Viejo or Laguna Hill, and they were almost exactly alike. I mean, the trends, the ups and downs and stuff. So it's the economy, and it's there. But the prices have gone up considerably. They're going up. So each of our units is worth more than when we bought into the corporation. We have a lot of maintenance projects going on, which is probably the biggest slice of our budget. So we have so many different things, waste lines, electric panels, and sidewalk repairs, and we've put in 37 new walkway lighting pieces. So there's just an awful lot going on.
Yeah, there is.
Continually, and it doesn't stop at the end of the fiscal year. Carries over, so we have a lot of long-term projects. One of the big things we did with our governing documents is to upgrade the stock certificate. We were getting a lot of confusion because our old stock certificate said membership certificate. And it really is a stock certificate that allows you to apply for membership, and it's not automatic membership. So if you inherit it, you still have to qualify to be a member. You can always have the stock and sell it. It's an asset that they have. But a lot of people said, but I have a piece of paper here that says I'm a member. No. We got earthquake insurance for the first time, and inspection of unoccupied units, because we were having a problem with people who, for one reason or another, and there are quite a few, just didn't live there. And it's not like our snowbirds or sunbirds that lived here part of the year. It's ones that were just left vacant, sometimes as an inheritance or whatever. And we found that had been having quite a few problems with the vacant units, where there might be a pipe burst or a backup or all kinds of different things. And if there's nobody there, living there, and it just gets worse and worse and worse.
You're not gonna
know.
So
we put in anything that's vacant for 6 months gets evaluated.
And I recall you telling me that sometimes it's been years.
Oh yeah.
Which was shocking to me.
It is.
Yeah.
And because they keep paying the assessments.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it's very hard for us to know that it's a vacant unit, because with 6,323 units, if the assessments keep being paid, we don't know that they're not there. We don't check the death notices and things like that. So there are times when somebody passes away and we don't know about it for years and years and years. So we're trying to get around those. One of the things, and I've talked about this before, is in our disciplinary hearings for our members, they just get something that's saying harassment, nuisance, or clutter, and they say, what do you mean? What is it exactly that you don't like that we're doing? And so we have new policies that we put in that defined all of those, and a matrix that shows how we go about the discipline progress and that kind of thing. So I was really pleased with that. The landscaping did water saving irrigation systems, and water efficient plants that we replace turf with. And we, as you know, because we've been on a few times talking about the testing that we're doing on organic herbicides. And we get there were a lot of people at the landscape committee yesterday. They want it Roundup stopped now,
Right.
as Third did. And we feel that it was our responsibility to do due diligence, and before we said stop, what are we going to replace it with?
Right.
And
Yeah.
so we have 5 herbicides, organic herbicides, that we are testing to see how effective they are on.
And it's all things you have to look at, because the nuisance weeds have to be taken out one way or another.
Right.
And if it gets down to, eliminating some of that stuff is great.
Right.
However, is it going to be more staff time now to hand dig things
hand
out,
weeding
whatever?
in as large an area as we
Right.
have is kind of
Right. So you
and-
got to balance it.
right.
And
And
find
some
those
of the
words.
organic herbicides cost anywhere from 3 to 6 times as much.
Right. Yeah.
And so we have to weigh how much we use and how they're doing it and everything. So that all works. Now, of course, because it was our annual meeting, we announced, first of all, the directors that were leaving us, and that's Pat English and Don Tibbetts, who
Right.
have been long-term board members both on us and GRF. And in fact, both of them are going back on GRF. So we're not really losing them for
Right.
governance in the
Well, we
village.
should say they're going to be candidates.
Well, but there are
Right?
3 candidates for 3 seats.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay.
And nominations have closed, so we
okay.
pretty well know who they're going to be.
I didn't realize
We
that.
still have to go
Okay.
through the formality of a corporate members
Okay.
meeting to do it, but we have 3 candidates for 3
Okay.
seats. Janie Durrell and Carl Randazzo were reelected to the board, which we were very pleased with. And then we elected 2 new members to the board, who I think are going to be really an asset to our board, and that's Elsie Addington and Sue Margolis.
Right.
And we welcome them to board, and we're going to be having our annual planning organizational meeting coming up the first part of November, before our November meeting. An all-day where we do strategic planning, where we go over all of the duties and resolutions and responsibilities of a director and that kind of thing. And we talk about when they're on TV6.
Yeah.
And we talk about when they have new member orientation and just the different kinds
Right,
of things
right.
that a lot of people don't realize that board members do.
Yeah.
So we gone over there. Now, then our attorney, Jeff Beaumont, did the oath of office. Now, that's something that's unique to United. And we instituted that 2 years ago. And we
Okay.
feel it's important, especially when it's televised, for all of our residents to understand what these people are saying that they're going to do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all over, everybody does an oath of office.
Right.
But
right.
we haven't done it for our board members. And so we started that 2 years ago. And so he did give the oath of office to all of the 11 members of the current board, the 2 new plus the 9 that were coming on. And we just feel that that's going to help everybody realize what the responsibilities of a board director
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. Very
which
good.
is important to us. So we did have that great slideshow, and I hope people, if you didn't see it, will tune in, either on Wednesday or to YouTube, or on your computer. You can go back on Granicus
Yes. And
through
watch it
our
there.
website and watch it there.
Yeah. And people don't know the date. It was last Tuesday, just a few
Right.
days ago. So look, what was that, the 9th? Yes, it was
The
the
9th,
9th. So, that way they know they're on the right
Right,
meeting
but
and all.
again, people underuse our website, which has been so improved. There's still a lot of people that don't understand that we have it in many different languages. And when you go to lagunawoodsvillage.com and get our homepage, you can check on the language. I think it's up in the upper left-hand corner, and pick whatever language you want it in.
Yeah.
And instead of just all English, we go over a lot of these. As I say, Granicus, with you all's help, films everything for the board meetings and some of our committee meetings.
Yeah.
And so they can go on and watch those in the privacy of their own home. And it works out. But the last thing that we did was we had election of new officers.
That's true.
And I was very pleased to be reelected as president. We have a new first vice president, and that's Carl Randazza.
Right.
Our second vice president is Kash Akrakar. Our secretary, Maggie Blackwell, is repeating, and our treasurer, Gary Morrison, was also reelected to that position. So we have a good board and a good executive committee, and we're looking forward to the coming year, to serving our residents in the best ways that we can.
All right, very good. I look forward to, I'll meet the new board members. I'm sure they'll be on at one point or the other.
Right.
And then, of course, seeing
Well,
you usually once a month after the meeting?
Usually after the board meeting. And what we do is we have the committee chairs of our standing committees that come in the Friday after they have their committee meeting to report. So we always try to keep everybody informed, and we tell them, watch on Friday mornings, because that's where you get the scoop of what went on the previous week.
Right, right. Very good. Great to see you.
Thank
you.
you.
Take care of yourself.
Okay,
Good
I
to see you back.
appreciate it.
We'll be back.